Hey guys, what's up? Hoping that you are good. Yeah, so it's been a whole day. I did skip the day because I was like, I need to do my hair. And I did tell you in my last video that I wanted to like wash it and stuff like that. Yeah, washed it and took pretty much yesterday into today to do this hair. But I'm proud of the growth. Like honestly, my hair has grown between 4 to 6 inches in the past 6 months. That ain't bad, especially when I'm not using extensions and stuff like that. And I'm actually keeping it bare minimum in terms of the actual hair products that I'm using. Because I realize that my hair loves like minimal products, right? It loves water and it loves moisture, which I mean, of course, that's the thing with a lot of 4C hair. I tested it with good old Blue Magic, and when it was done, I kind of covered it over with liquid aloe vera oil. And then I did mousse on top to, kind of help with the frizziness and stuff. But at least my ends though are still kind of frizzy. It's looking more frizzy because there's a blur action kind of a vibe. So overall, the idea would be to have this in for the next 2 weeks. My real goal is actually 3 weeks in life, like for real, for real. But the thing about me is that one is that my scalp sweats a lot, so it gets very itchy when I scratch my scalp and whatever. Clearly, it kind of disrupts the neatness, of the parts and stuff like that. So that causes it to last a little, yeah, not last as long, right? Secondly, my scalp and just basically my skin. I don't do well with a lot of gunk on my scalp. So, yeah, I have to make sure that I wash it often. And then based on that, for the fact that it's twists, like eventually the twists are going to unravel or become looser because of the water, right? So it's a thing, but I'm learning and I'm trusting the process and I'm doing my very best to just work in partnership with my hair versus like trying to fight it, based on like other regimes that people might have for their hair. You get me? So yeah. Anyway, you didn't come here for a hair update, really, but yeah, I did say that you're journeying with me, and this is a big part of my journey actually. Choosing to like be healthy all around, and that includes my hair, honestly. So feeling pretty good about that. Yesterday wasn't extraordinarily productive because I was actually spending a lot of time just finishing up my hair. That's just a personal sacrifice of mine because it works out in the long run. Yeah. So yeah, here I am. So getting in the thick of things, I've actually been up working on different things since about 6:30, right? Sent off some files that were supposed to be sent off actually from yesterday. Sent off a very long email to a client. Did some YouTube thumbnails for some videos. Hobby and I are actually managing a podcast for somebody online. So just wanted to make sure everything is actually good in that way. And yeah, that's really what's up. What else did I do since morning? I sent off another file to another client for them to approve their content. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Had a lot of conversations with another client about, the way forward for handling a few contracts and stuff that we have. that they have, you know, currently and things. So it's been a lot in terms of getting stuff done since morning. So as of now, I'm gonna continue working on a client's CRM, customer relationship management system. There have been a few shifts with that client, so it has taken a bit longer to iron things out in that software, because as best as possible you want things to get as close to what actually makes sense for the client. And so we're supposed to have a few conversations to help to iron those things out, so that we can start using the CRM as effectively and regularly as possible. So yes, I would say that we're in a bit of a transition phase for this client, but still feeling good about where we are. Yeah. Now, in terms of Mission Multi, let's talk about it. Yeah. I need to first and foremost. So here's the thing. Actually, like, I want to list out what I want to work on definitively in the next 2 weeks, right? So I want to work on a definitive business plan. Yeah. I want to work on a definitive brand kit. Yeah. So yeah, 2 weeks to a month. Business plan and brand kit. Now, the business plan is not going to be a pitch-ready business plan. It's just going to be a business plan that's documenting all arms and stuff like that, and you know, the functionality of stuff, and you know, the overall business, you know, trajectory, and you know, those things. And then the brand kit now needs to detail how each arm operates and how they correlate and stuff like that, especially in the digital space. And note that a brand kit is important to help to give a proper visual outlook of how you can then create marketing plans or ad campaigns and stuff like that in the future. So a brand kit is very important, not just about like the logos and the colors and all those things, but actually like making sure that we're good, you know, in terms of how the brand is represented in all spheres. Yeah. So those two things need to happen, right? And then that would give me clarity as to, you know, pretty much the next steps, because the next step would be creating content to then bring all of that to life, right? So I'm deciding that my first steps are the business plan as well as the brand kit, right? And then after I'm done those, I know that I'm going to want to work on the offers, right? Now, the way I kind of am, I more than likely might actually start with the offers and not the business plan and the brand kit, because for me, the offers help to make sure that whatever is being done or the business itself is relevant. Yeah. So if I don't know what I'm offering, then I kind of feel like I won't know exactly who my niche is and stuff like that, you know, and who I want to target, even though I know it theoretically, right? And I've explained it to you in terms of what Mission Multi is, right? No, I haven't explained the person that I'm targeting to you. So let's get that in. So I'm targeting the person who, one, knows that they have a lot of gifts and they have a lot of interests and stuff like that, and they have a relationship with the Lord, and they know that they are to be doing something or some things, but they feel like they don't know where to start. You get what I'm saying? They don't know how to you know, organize the vision that's up here and put that on paper and make it make sense, you know, and connect the dots. So that's one person that I'm targeting. Second person is somebody who wants to, so I don't want to say they want to start like multiple businesses, so it's not starting multiple businesses, but they want to be able to create an additional income source or income sources on top of their 9-to-5 perhaps or whatever, and they want to do that in a way that doesn't overwhelm them. Yeah. Next person is somebody who has gifts or talents that they want to develop, or they want to better steward, but they don't know where to go, because the truth is you have lessons for different things, like singing lessons, dancing lessons, all that stuff, but that's the technical output that you get me. Now granted, you do have Christian dance schools and Christian singing schools and stuff like that, but to come from the place of stewardship and getting to know the Lord first, and then allowing that to bridge your gap, or take you into diving deeper in the development of your gift, I believe that's completely different, right? Coming from the spiritual groundedness and then building, right? Versus the other way around. So yeah, that's the next person who actually wants grounding and to really understand their purpose in the midst of it and stuff like that, so that helps to inspire them and helps to I don't want to say teach them, but show them how they can express themselves creatively for God's glory, right? And according to the purpose that is spoken over their life, not the general purpose, but everybody has an individual purpose, so taking it from that place of groundedness into expression and impact, right? So I would say that's 3 individuals. So somebody who really just wants to connect the dots and bring a vision to life in terms of what the Lord has done. Somebody who wants to create on the side, or to allow them to have a more sustainable lifestyle, right? And to actually step into abundance a bit more. And then somebody who just wants to better develop or better steward their giftings from a place of groundedness with their relationship with the Lord. So it's a mix of business development and gift development, all nested in personal development, and i.e. also stewardship, right? So wow, I'm wondering if you're hearing that, like anyway, so based on that now, so I'm abundantly clear on who I am targeting, so I'm good on that, right? Offers that help that, right? Or help these individuals without it being overwhelming and crazy. And also making sure that I remember and remind myself that I don't need to develop everything at once. Yeah? Because if I'm calling this a legacy build business, then I don't need to rush this, right? I can do stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and but here's the catch. I want it to be that every one of those persons, these 3 individuals, can find something at every stage, right? So even if I'm not going to like do a full thing right now in terms of developing Mission Multi, it must be that I have at least 3 offers, and each of those offers can benefit one of these 3 individuals, so that immediately almost people get it, right? Or immediately almost people are served. I'm good. Now, what's also important is that I properly evaluate the services that do already exist, right? So with Paige, I have merch development and fulfillment for persons, right? And that has been going for a little over a year now, So it started last year, April officially. So we're in June, So that's one. Secondly, we do have Page Publishing House. And that's actually how I published my book, right? By the way, do you even know about my book? I should show you that. But so Page Publishing publishes books, right? On behalf of persons. I didn't completely launch out with it yet, really. Because I was testing it for myself and seeing if this is really what I want to do. But I'm deciding that it's something I want to do, right? So that's on the end of Page that are services, and then of course you can advertise in a magazine and advertise on a page and stuff like that. So fine. Then you have Elisa's Vocal Studio, which right now is stripped to bare minimum, where people just book sessions with me, right? That's it. And then you have Isle and Essence, that focuses on, clean eating. And so far, I have focused on actually just cooking meals for persons for purchase, like a home restaurant, pretty much. But in my view, that's not like widely impactful. That's for persons who actually want to eat from somebody else, or actually are here in Jamaica. Well, actually here in Spanish Town, Portmore, and Kingston as a you get me. So it's still very small in terms of reach, right? So I've always said that I want to be, global for Island Essence because it's a vision that I see. So a global image that I have is meal plans and stuff like that. So so these things actually already exist. So with them being supported by Mission Multi or a part of Mission Multi, right, or brands under Mission Multi, I have to make sure that they are not being left behind, or ignored, right? So that is the thing now. So I need to figure that out. If you have any suggestions, let me know how I get the brand services to coincide with. Or what can happen is me seeing the brands and their offers as the brand and their offers, but Mission Multi itself has its own offers and does, right? So when somebody comes to Mission Multi, they receive the native services that they choose to, benefit from. If they want to, if they want support in terms of stewardship, if they want support in terms of certain things, as in to enact certain things, then that's when you can benefit from the other brands. So, for instance, Mission Multi, for the person who wants to develop their gift and stuff like that, no problem. Congratulations, you're benefiting from what Mission Multi has to give. In terms of, encouragement and, tips and stuff like that, right? If you want vocal coaching lessons to, directly improve your voice, right? And you actually, you see that maybe you'd want to work with me as a coach, you'd book one of my lessons through Elisa's Vocal Studio. But otherwise, you're getting information no matter what anyway, right? Mission Multi provides that. You're getting support on your stewardship anyway, right? So basically, you're not forced to work with me in creating or taking that next step or enacting the thing or whatever. You're at least just getting general support for stewardship and things. But I think the question is, I need to work out what that looks like. You get what I'm saying? I need to work out what that looks like because YouTube has information, Google has information, ChatGPT, like all the information is out there, like dime a dozen. What makes Mission Multi different in terms of information and in terms of being a safe space and a resource hub that will help persons to move forward in a specific way and in a Christ-centered way? And I think that is a big question that I need to answer. So the way all of this is sounding is that I may have to focus on the offers of Mission Multi, the brand kit, and the business plan in the same month. And I need to be disciplined enough to not divert from those things for the rest of this month. So today is June 18. So it's June 18, so up to July 18. That's what I'm focusing on. So the offers, the business plan, the brand kit. If you have any recommendations or if you have any questions, let me know. Because of course your recommendations and your questions can definitely help me in terms of this building. Because we're still in the brainstorming phase, and for the next month, even as I work on these documents, to make sure that I have clarity moving forward. Yeah, they'll help. All right, so I'm actually gonna jump in to just starting things and then intermittently, doing that intermittently while I work on some client things. So let's set the deadline. Cool. All right, guys, so I will see you tomorrow. Let's talk. But again, if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, or if you have just any general comments, I'd love to see them below, and of course, definitely would respond. All right, then later. I am so obsessed. I want to chop your body. I want to make